Hmm. I'm going to ask you in a minute your opinions on whether Prime Minister Netanyahu will engage in a systematic sabotage of the Memorandum of Understanding. But before I ask, and obviously before you reply, I want to run a clip from Jake Tapper. Now, Jake, whom I've known for years, I believe to be intellectually honest, is paraphrasing a tape from a transcript that he verifies as a call between President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu. It's pretty graphic. Chris, cut number one.
Trump told Netanyahu he was sick of his antics. I've done everything to protect you. You better go along with this. Everybody's sick of you, Bibi, Trump said. All the Jews are sick of you. Even the two Jews on this call are sick of you, Trump added, referring to Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff. You can't back out of this. Trump ticked through the list of controversial decisions he had made supporting Israel through both of his presidencies.
Now, does that, in your view, manifest a serious effort to make the MOU work, or just performative by the president?
Well, it's good to know that our Jews are talking to their Jews, and their Jews are talking to our Jews, and the Jews have decided they don't like each other, I suppose. I find the whole thing reprehensible. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm disgusted. I'm tired of listening to people talk about Jews instead of talking about Americans and American diplomats and American governmental officials and an American president. Okay, I got that off my chest this early.
All right, just go ahead, please.
I'm just sort of sick of that. Now, is this real? Yeah, it probably is real. But what difference does it make? How much freedom of maneuver does President Trump really have? What have they got on him? Is he under duress? I think he's under duress. This man never wanted to go to war with Iran to begin with, as far as I can tell. That was certainly the case 5 years ago. So what made him do it to begin with? And then once he got into it and he figured out this was a catastrophe, the Israelis and their agents in the United States wanted him to continue to bomb and bomb and bomb. Bomb your way to success, kill your way to success, just keep bombing. The old Air Force argument, well, drop some more bombs, eventually it'll work. He rejected that, to his credit. That's a good thing. He went along with this MOU, although he hates it because he knows he's effectively admitting that, we lost militarily. But I think it's probably real. But again, what difference does it make? The only way out of this is a military solution. And that military solution is not to attack. It's to disengage, which is why I wrote the piece I did on the Substack, Judge.
Right. Now, your Substack piece, which I commend to everyone, Judgment Day for Trump's War, is a profound act of military understanding, personal courage, and intellectual honesty. But back to what you don't want to talk about. Will Netanyahu do his best to sabotage the MOU? Because he can't stay in power and probably can't even stay a free man if he doesn't have a war to fight.
Oh, I'm sure that's true. But I also don't see any evidence that he or the people around him are prepared to stop any of it. I think they're clinging to the notion that if they can keep this going long enough, they will somehow or another be victorious. And I don't think that's going to change. So the answer to your question is President or Mr. Netanyahu will do everything in his power to sabotage any agreement whatsoever with Iran. And unfortunately, I think that President Trump is being duplicitous because on the one hand, it's clear that he does want to disengage and he would like to find a way out of this. But at the same time, he's got the CIA, MI6, and Mossad working out to drag Syria's head chopping brigade into the war against Hezbollah in Lebanon. And he's actually given the green light to the sale for $700 million of jet engines to the Turks that they're going to put in their new jet fighter, the Khan. So it looks like we're trying to bribe the Turks to turn their gaze away from Lebanon and allow us access to the Arabs they control in Syria, the head choppers, and move them over to fight Hezbollah. This doesn't sound like a man who's trying to disengage and restore stability, does it?